She will play it because she's a crazy reviewer gamer. Hopefully this song is shorter for you guys because she thinks the last one was too long, but she still is a crazy cat lady, you gamer. Hopefully this is the last one because like before, I don't like singing these songs.
CrazyCatLady Gamer Reviewer or Martha Butler does not own any trailers or pictures. I use them under fair use for educational and entertainment purposes.
Hey, hi everybody, Martha here. So today we're doing, I know it's a week early, but I'm gonna start doing my Halloween reviews. So these are the ones I'm gonna review. Today we're doing Coraline, then Addams Family, the Addams Family's Values, and Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island. And let me see if that's on our month. Let's see how big this month is first. Next month is so today Coraline, Addams Family, Addams Family's Values, Scooby-Doo, Zombie Island, and I guess we'll do one I can find on YouTube. Probably like maybe I can one I can find on YouTube. Okay. So those are the ones I'm gonna do. I'm not decided what, and I don't know ones. Donald will tell you ones that he's gonna do tomorrow, next week. Okay, because I already has his plan for next week. Just start tomorrow, and it's not Halloween related. So Coraline is a movie made by Henry Selick, not Tim Burton. If anything Tim Burton did in that movie was he produced it. Now, for people who don't know the difference, I'm not trying you like you guys don't know anything or anything like that. But people don't know the difference. A lot of people don't know the difference between producer and director. Now, directors are the ones who tell people what to do in the movie. Producers are the ones who make sellings and make the trailer, pick what scenes to go in the trailers and stuff like that. That's the difference between a producer and a director. Now, it's also based off of a book that's made by the author of Coraline.
Neil Gaiman wrote Coraline.
Neil Gaiman. That's who wrote Coraline. That's the one who wrote the book Coraline. And these books came out the book and the movie came out real close to each other, almost to where it was like really weird. I read the book and watched the movie. I've not read the book recently, but I read the book like after the movie came out, which the movie's already 10 years old. Can you guys believe the movie's already 10 years old? I did not notice that until after I rewatched the movie. And I looked up to see what year it came out when I was looking for pictures for this video. Yep. So this one does not belong to Disney as far as I know. Unlike Night Before Christmas, because I'm pretty sure that was like probably one of the last movies that Tim Burton and Henry Selick made under Disney's banner. Nope, this is when those two had their own company. And also, Henry Selick also directed that one, because Tim Burton was way too busy directing Batman Returns. Well, that was the start of the movie. So, Coraline is about a girl who's about 12 years old, 12, 10-ish, youngest she's probably is, she's 10. The oldest she's probably is 12. They don't really give you a specific age, but you can figure that she's in that preteen era of her life. And she's moving to a new town, but a lot of people think in the book that the book takes place in England, but since she says she's from Michigan, this movie takes place in America. So, sorry for you people who wish that it was taking place in Britain, but it doesn't. So she moves into a new town, and she's at the Pink Palace, and she bumps into a boy. She's looking for a well witch or something like that, with a stick, with a dowsing rod, and she bumps into a kid named Wyborn, and who is not in the book. He is something that Henry Selick made up specifically for the movie. The cat is in the book, who was not played by Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp's not in this movie. There is a lot of movies out there that has to do with Tim Burton that he is not in. Okay? So, yeah. So there you go about that part. So, the cat's in the book. So, this is when they learn and they become somewhat friends, or when he becomes more like a stalker to Coraline or something like that. And they're trying to come acquainted, and he wonders why did his grandma allow her to move into the apartment when she doesn't usually allow kids to move into the apartment with their parents. It's supposed to be a place where no kids are born. Because the first scene we see, well, I forgot the part, the opening credits were the Belle Dawn, or the other mother, is sewing up for the other doll, and it used to look like the grandma's sister, who's supposed to be like one of the old rascals, looks like one of the old rascals, because that's the last one during that era, during the 1920s, I would say, when they made the old rascals TV show shorts. So it takes her about 100 years. Almost like 90 years for her to come out, so she takes a longer nap than it. But for her to get hungry again, for her to eat up the souls. But she and when she leaves after she leaves him, and after his grandma calls Wyborn back home, she goes back home, and she finds that her parents are writing a catalog on their computer about gardening, and her dad and her mom didn't want her to bug them because they're busy. One's busy writing, the other one's busy editing, and that stuff. And she's looking for stuff to do because she's bored, like preteens get. And in the house, there's nothing to do. These guys don't own a TV. There's not really a time period on this thing. I mean, they do have flip phones because it's 2000. This movie came out in 2009, but for some reason, Coraline's parents don't have a TV, but they have a flip phone. Okay, so she can't watch TV, and right now they're too busy writing the garden catalog to actually garden. And you know, it takes time for vegetables and fruit and stuff like that to grow. So her dad is the most, I would say, more exciting one of the bunch of the two. Tells her to go and count things, like count windows and stuff that's wrong with the house, wrong with the apartment, and that's what he tells her to do. And she goes and does it, and this is when she finds that Wyborn leaves her a doll that looks just like her on the door. He just leaves it there, but it has buttons for eyes. And she says to her mom, who has also answered the door, I don't like, I'm too old for dolls, so she said to her mom. And so she starts walking around with the doll, starts counting things, and this is when she finds, and she like leaves the doll alone for a little bitty while, and the doll moves like a box that is over the little door, and then she sees the little door there, and she and her other mother, um, and her mother goes and gets, she asks her mom for a key, and her mother gets the key that looks like a key that's attached to a button, and she even unscrapes it from the wall and finds out it's all bricked up. So yeah, so after that, Coraline goes to bed, um, and this is when we see the first sequence of her going down to the little cupboard door, and she meets the other mother, the other dad, and they meet, and they have buttons for eyes. Which in the book, it's in the book it's they are, she already looks like she does at the end, so that's even more inviting. So is Coraline not? So she's not even gonna try to fool Coraline in the book. But here, she actually looks like her mom. And even with the neck brace, because I guess they were in a car accident or something like that before on the way up here, on the way to their new house. And she, they invite her to eat stuff and stuff like that, because I guess they're trying to fatten her up, because it's kind of like a twisted version of Alice in Wonderland. Because this movie actually earns its PG-13, because this is not made back in the 70s, but back in the 70s, because one of the movies I might do for you guys, if I can find it, Watership Down, was made back in the 70s, back when PG-13 was not a thing. So, this movie actually earns its PG rating. So, because there's a lot of scary scenes in this movie, and basically this whole entire part is where she's just trying to earn Coraline's trust, and she is trying to like show that she's a good cook, unlike her parents, because the night before her dad cooked her something weird and she didn't like it. And she keeps on going back to keeps going back and forth. And every single time she goes back to the other world, she has to go to sleep in order to do it. And when she goes back to her own world, she sees that she bumps into one of the neighbors named Bobinski, and the two sisters and the two lesbians downstairs. I remember to say that they're lesbians, not sisters, because they have two different last names, and they're not married, so they're lesbians. That's the theory out there. So she bumps into Mr. Bobinski and Marion and April, and she goes back and sees both of them as their other people, and sees Wyborn as his other people, and she only sees the mice as their, which are actually rats for her, actually for the rats for the mother, and the cat follows her in there on one occasion, and she finds out the cat can talk in that world. And this, like, on about the third or fourth time when she goes into there, she finds out that the other mother wants sew buttons to Coraline's eyes, and nobody's believing her in the other world, and the real world, that she's just having a dream. Even Wyborn, because Wyborn asks for the doll back because his grandma's sister went missing, and he doesn't believe that his grandma has a sister. So she asks for the doll back, but they can't find it. And by this time, Coraline says no to the buttons and stuff like that. She doesn't want to have her buttons, so now she's weirded out. And she finds out that she can't get back after this time, and the other mother grounds her into the mirror. This is she finds the other kids that she has sewn the buttons, actually accepted the buttons, which is let's see, there is Huckleberry Finn. There is the one that looks like one of the old rascals, and the other one I would say probably during the 1600s. So I would say like I don't know if this movie takes place in so probably I'll just I forgot the name they gave her, but the girl from 1600s. So yeah. So basically that. And so they try to warn her and ask her to go and find their eyes, and so the other Y-born helps her get back home, and when she gets back this time, she finds that her parents are missing. So basically, somehow the other mother kidnapped them somehow. Like is she allowed to leave? What? Um. So yeah, I guess she's allowed to leave that down there. Yet why didn't she just take Coraline? But I guess she has to sew her buttons in her eyes on her own will or her own free will. So she can't do it by force. She can't eat her on her own force because even the ghost children said that they ate up their souls. So yeah. And the cat tries to help her by warning her, but when she has to go back to save her parents, and she got something from the lesbians downstairs, April and Marion, that they that would help them find the eyes, because Marion says lost things, bad, and April says bad things, but you find out later that Marion's the one that's right, and. I mean, I think the most scary part in this movie is when you see their other version, because Marion is practically naked. I'm so weirdified that this movie did not get PG-13 after they showed that part where an old lady is naked in it. Okay, she is naked because there's nothing covering up her boobs, her in that scene. Nothing. And I don't count those little bitty stars. So there's that. Are you telling me they're allowed to show nudity now in PG-13 MPG movies nowadays? What? So they she goes and tries to find her parents, which are in the snow globe, and she has to go back and find all the first she goes and finds the ghost children's eyes, and she goes into the garden, which was the first one, and the other dad is like showed up to the praying mantis, and the guy practically gives it to her. Then she has to go to a bit. Then she has to go to the other lesbians, and she goes down there and grabs that, and then she goes upstairs and gets it from the rats because they practically ate the other Robombinski, and the cat kills the rat but the cat says he doesn't like rats the best of times, and she goes back inside. So there's that, and this is when her and the cat beat the other mother, who's practically a spider now. It looks 100% spider. My cat's giving me a weird look. So okay, I'll show you guys it later. We're still doing it. Anyway, okay, calm down. And this is when they fight, the cat and Coraline fight the other mother, in which the cat scratches out the eyes of the other mother's buttons, and she can't see at all. So she tries to get to Coraline, but she has to do it because she's in a web. So she got all 3 eyes, and she also got her parents. And this is when she gets out of there. And it's not in the movie, but they're apparently on the way there from the other world to the normal world. There's supposed to be something in that little bitty room trying to get Coraline. It's not the other mother, but they didn't put that in the movie. So when she gets back up there, apparently one of the claws of the other mothers gets out, and she gets back upstairs, and her parents does not know that they were trapped because they got out of the snow globe, and they're even covered in snow, but they can't see it. So they don't believe her still, and she goes home upstairs to her real room, and she goes to sleep for a little bit while. And she says sorry to the cat for throwing the cat for the other mother, and she goes to sleep for a while, and she lets the ghost children, spirits, souls, whatever, free, so where they can move on and go to heaven, stuff like that. And they warn her that she's still in danger because as long as the key exists, she is in danger. So she has to go and get the key free. So in the book, she has a little tea party, which makes it even more like Alice in Wonderland. But instead, she Wyborn and her kill the claw hand and get rid of the keys by throwing it down the well. I guess no kid's gonna climb down that well and grab the key. I would have melted with the fire. I would have burned it. That's what I would have done. I would have burned it. So, bye guys. What do I give this movie? I give it a 9 out of 10 for people who don't like, for people who, because Wyborn's kind of a little annoying. So with Axe, my kitty, my real kitty, some help. Hi, Sully. Hi, Martha. What do you give this movie, Sully? I give it, or for pause, or maybe four weird faces, because I was staring at you the whole entire review. Yep, you were. So I need to charge my computer, right? Charge my subscribe. And we got a new subscriber, which is Daniel Zero. That is our new helper. So yeah. So bye guys. That person can make a request on us. So bye bye. Bye.